Well, hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is great to be back with you again for another teaching chat. And I hope that you'll enjoy today's little teaser about what my favorite number one teaching tool is for this week. Because this is my last week of lessons. Oh my gosh. I still have some lessons during the summer, but much less. So this is my last full week, full on part of the year. And then I'll be in summer. And I'll have a couple of weeks and then I'll have my summer holiday, my vacation. So I'm really excited for that. But in the meantime, I'm in the middle of my final week of lessons, and it's always been a bit of a conundrum. What do you do in that final week? Because you're not going to assign anything. I mean, you could, but are they really going to do it? So you might want to do something that gets them ready for maybe practicing something in the summer. But if they're the kind of student who's not going to do that for sure, then is there really any point? So that's what I'm chatting about today. But before I get to that, I wanted to do a couple of notices. First of all, I have a webinar that's coming up next Monday, and you can sign up for that right now. That's at, not that one, it's at Vibrant Music Teaching / preschool piano. So I'm going to be talking about preschool piano, unsurprisingly, but not specifically preschoolers, so any young beginners, dealing with the 5 and under crowd. And what we're going to be talking about, it covers a broad range, so we're going to be diving into how we set up the lessons in the very beginning, what we do to get the parents involved and supportive of their home practice and set those practice expectations, what those expectations even should be with a student that's that young, and the technique and setting up the home instrument and that side of it. And then we're also going to go into what you actually teach them. What should you actually be expecting to teach them in that first year? What are the concepts that you have to teach preschoolers that you don't have to teach other students? What are the ways that we need to teach them that they're really going to connect with and that's going to make a big difference for this age group? So that's what we're going to be talking about in the webinar. Make sure to sign up. It is, like I say, next Monday. It is at 6 p.m. in Dublin, which is 1 p.m. New York time, EST, which is 10 a.m. over in LA. And if you're in Australia, New Zealand, that area, then still sign up because you can catch the replay afterwards. The second notice I wanted to get to today, and then I'm going to reveal my mysterious teaching tool, is that if you're in Dublin or if you know someone in Ireland, I have a workshop coming up next week, an in-person workshop, and that you can get to by going to vibrantmusicteaching.com/Dublin. That is on Tuesday. So Monday is the webinar for the whole world. Tuesday is going to be the Dublin workshop, and I'm really excited. I've been prepping for that today. It's called the Creativity Clinic, and it's going to be awesome. So whether you are in Ireland and available next Tuesday, or you know someone in Ireland that maybe you could give a little nudge to, that maybe they'd like to come along, we still have a few spots available for them. Now let me reveal this teaching tool. First of all, I'll tell you what the background is to this, what the objective is. Because for me, what I wanted to do in the final week of lessons this year, which is right now, I'm in the middle of it, is to find a way to celebrate the accomplishments of my students throughout the year. How far they'd come and what they'd done and all of that stuff. And to do that, I really wanted to get them into the zone of playing old pieces, playing stuff that they know and that they love, but they've forgotten about. And that's where this teaching tool comes in. Are you ready? Are you sure? This is the simplest tool I have ever shared. It's these guys. This is the green markers, page markers. Very exciting, fancy teaching tool. Costs about €1 probably. Hi Tanya, great to see you here. So these are my number one teaching tool for this week, and I've structured basically my whole lesson around them. The idea is that we're going back through their entire book, or a previous book even, if they've moved on recently, and what we're doing is marking their favourite pieces as we go with green tabs. Very simple system. Why green? Because, well, green means go and good, and also because we use blue for their assignments, so it had to be a different colour. Hi Kat, great to see you too. It's fantastic to see you here. So we're going through their book. We went back to the very beginning of some of their books, and actually one student is in PS level 2, Piano Safari level 2 now, we went back into level 1. I took out one of my copies of level 1 and we went back to the very beginning because she has done all of that in this year, which is incredible. I really wanted to drive that home to her, that it's amazing how far she's come. And looking back at those beginning pieces where she was playing with just finger numbers and, you know, she was saying, oh, there's actually skips in this song. Oh yeah, but I didn't even notice they were happening. That kind of stuff. Those revelations are fantastic. And it's been such a great way to spend the final lesson of the year. So get yourself some green or other coloured page markers and maybe try it out. Try spending a week just going back. I've called this time travelling with my students. Going back through old pieces and celebrating the ones that they loved and how far they've come through that process. The reason I think this is important, and it is super important, the reason I think it is because we spend so much time driving forward. And as teachers, it's really tempting to do this, and as students, they get into this zone as well. They get used to this process. They never look back. I mean, some of my students, certainly by themselves, they do just go back through their books and say, oh yeah, I always play that piece, I love it. I play it every day as I start my practice. Awesome. But a lot of students don't do that instinctively, and it's because of us. It's because we are constantly pushing forward. Yay, you got to the next book. Yay, you got to the next level. Yay, you achieved that grade. Or now you can do this, now you can do that. Great. But now that they can do this, we never look back at the previous stuff. We never let them feel competent and just play stuff that they can already do. I love this analogy of if a student is learning to read, right? I can't remember where I saw this, so if it was you, I'm sorry for not giving you credit. Hi Heidi, great to see you. So it's this analogy of reading and learning to read in your native language, okay? So in English for us. And when you learn to read, you learned some words, you learned how to put the phonetics together, you tried out some reading at that level. And then what did you do? Did they go, okay, great, that's level 1 done. You've read a book at level 1. Now let's go to level 2. No! Have you seen the libraries in schools? There's a massive amount, all at one level, all designed to consolidate that learning and make them feel competent at that level and really experience it. And then they move on to level 2. But they need to experience an extreme amount of stuff at that level, and we don't allow them to do that. And while this isn't, lots of new stuff at the previous level, it does allow them to feel that competence that we want them to feel, that gives them confidence going forward. Because they know how far they've come and that they can do stuff at that previous level, and that it's not always hard and new and hard and new, right? So that's why I think this is so important, and it's been wonderful with my little green page tabs, my fanciest tool in the world, to really celebrate their favourite pieces and what they've learned through those pieces and how easy some of them feel now, right? It's awesome. There's some other stuff that I've been doing in my last lessons that I wanted to chat about too. So, number 1 is, of course, games, because it's a time when they're not going to get a ton of assignments, there's not a load of pressure, parents aren't really expecting you to do too much. I mean, the final day of school for the year, they usually watch a movie or, go dancing outside. I don't know what they do, but I just remember it being called party day in school, right? So it was just a party, and, everyone ate sweets and had a good time. That's kind of what parents are expecting. There's not this pressure on. So take that opportunity to play theory games that they're really going to enjoy and that are going to make that knowledge last that little bit longer through your teaching break. Play their favourite pieces. Maybe do some sight reading. I've been trying that out as well. Going back to a really early book and sight reading some duets together. If a student is someone who, will quite enjoy that process and enjoy the experience of that and dive into it, that's a great thing to do. Teach them a little chord riff that they can do, or a bit of their favourite pop song. All of these quick win ideas that will keep their enthusiasm going and make them feel like, yeah, it's a celebration at the end of the year. I've done all this stuff and I get to feel good about it now. I think that's so important. Another thing you might consider doing is some memorized pieces. So if they've been memorizing pieces, if they did them for recitals or whatever throughout the year, then maybe this is a time when you review those. We have our Anytime, Anywhere, Anyone lists, and students that have those, this is a great opportunity to play through them as well and just, celebrate that they can already play them, because it makes it more likely that they're going to play them every so often during the summer, as they go to cousins' houses, as they go around the place and find a piano, or as they go to Dundrum Town Centre. There's a big shopping centre near me where a lot of people would go on a day out or whatever, and there's a piano in it now, and it's been great to hear how many of my students, oh yeah, I played this on the piano in Dundrum the other day. So it's great, They will seize those opportunities if they feel really confident about those memorized pieces. So take this opportunity to go over those as well. The other thing I've been doing is some of you will have seen this. Oh, I don't have one with me, but, I'm going to grab it, you know what? Ta-da! Some of you will have seen this, but I've been giving these out this week. Hopefully no students who haven't gotten one yet watching. They won't be watching this, don't worry. What this is a book of my students' compositions. And I've been giving these out as presents. Now, I don't have a wrapped one beside me. But what they are inside, you might be able to kind of see this. Yeah, you can. So, they are pictures. This is a 4-year-old student's picture. And his piece is called The Clown's Holiday to Antarctica. Awesome name for a piece. I loved that. We've got the magician here, who is a pig magician. So they're all about the circus, and they were based on the Circus Collective Composing Project, which is on the site, totally free. Go grab it. Just search for Circus Collective Colourful Keys, and you'll come up with it. So I've been giving those out as presents, and sneaking them to them as they walk out the door, so they open them when they get home. Got some texts from parents already saying, oh my gosh, this is so awesome, so that's great. The other thing I've been giving out is on the parent side, so that's these. This is my newsletter. I do this every year, just once a year. I'm not a big newsletter every month kind of person. I do this one newsletter every year, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity to showcase what we've done in the studio, because parents forget it, right? They don't necessarily remember all the stuff that happened like back in November, October, September. So it's a great idea to showcase what you've been doing and all the stuff that's been going on. Another section in this I always include is called Lifelong Learning. That's about what I've been doing to better myself. And I do some student achievements. So I talk about each individual student and give them a little shout out and props for what they've been doing this year. Inside this, sneakily inside, there's this guy. And this is the Practice Quest. Also available on the site for free. Search for Practice Quest Colourful Keys, should come up. And it has a little post-it stuck on it saying, put me on the fridge! Because the parent is going to put this, hopefully, on the fridge or anywhere of, where it's going to be noticed. Doesn't matter where. And the student is going to do practice tasks, which are on the back of the sheet, in order to fill in chunks of that mountain. So, hopefully, I don't expect a lot during the summer, really. I find it's fine to let the kids relax a bit. I don't expect a huge amount of practice. I don't expect them to continue lessons regularly. They come in bits and pieces during the summer. That's fine. But a tiny bit of extra practice goes an enormous way. If they have literally not touched a piano all summer, it is a very different story to even them playing once a week. Like, I'm not setting a high bar here. I just want them to play a little bit throughout the summer, and that fun kind of incentive where they have different tasks to do and they try to fill in the whole mountain as colourful. I told them to make it unicorn colours if they like, as they like, and it just gives them that fun incentive to do that. There's no prize. Before you all ask me, there's no prize. I don't give out real prizes. Nothing against those of you that do. That's just not my jam. I don't give out candy or little things. I just do accolades. So, I congratulate them. I high-five them on that. If they achieve a big scale reward or something, that they go up on my board and they get a badge for it, but they don't get a physical thing or a gift card or anything ever. So, just because I always get that question. So that's what I've been doing in my last lesson. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I'd love to know what you've been doing, or what you have done, or what you're going to do. If you're in Australia, what are you going to do at the end of the year? Think that far ahead. Could be fun. I'd love to know what your favourite things are to do in last lessons, whether you have faced this dilemma a little bit before, where you can't really start a new assignment, you can't really do this or that, and what are you left with? And what have you been doing with your last lessons of the year? Before I go, a couple of reminders for you guys. So we've got this webinar coming up. I'm going to get the wrong one again. There it is. vibrantmusicteaching.com/preschoolpiano. That is on Monday, 6 p.m. my time. That's British Standard, Irish Standard Time. So evening time Europe, 1 p.m. EST, 10 a.m. PST, and then Australia, middle of the night. I'm so sorry. Please sign up and get the replay. The other thing that I have coming up is a live event in Dublin. So if you are in Ireland or know someone who is, please tag them, let them know that this is coming up, because it's going to be really fun, really practical creativity clinic to give them some ideas that they can use straight away in their teaching and get them going with improv and just creativizing all this fun stuff. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Let me know what you're doing in your last lessons, and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.